Hi there everyone, this is Colleen Coles, and this video today is about how to really own your confidence in yourself and know the difference between your ego and who you really are. So if this is something that you've wondered about, struggle with, if you struggle with self-confidence, deal with self-doubt, and don't know how to really, allow your ego into your world without being egotistical, then this video is for you. And so let's go ahead and dive right in. My name is Colleen Coles, and I'm a transformational life coach. I call myself a purpose alignment coach, and I help people get super clear on what they really want and then go out and find that, do it, and turn it into a meaningful career. So, if you don't know what your passion is or your purpose, then I help you get really clear using different tools of metaphysics and spirituality, freedom, to then go out, have the confidence, and turn it into a life that truly makes a difference in the world, doing what you love. And so it's really exciting. I used to be an elementary school teacher and did that for a while, but it wasn't lighting me up. And so I went on my own journey and started using the tools and concepts that I now teach about to you or to whoever. And that helped me find my purpose. And so that's why I share them, because I want every single person to really find what truly lights them up and then go out and do it in a meaningful way in the world, helping others and themselves. So that's why I'm sharing today. So today's topic is all about how to really gain confidence and know the difference between your ego and who you really are. Okay, if you've been in personal development world for a while, whatever favorite book you have or author you might enjoy, a lot of the times the ego gets a really bad rep, and for good reason. But there's even a book that's called Ego is Your Enemy. And so as much as these concepts around what ego is and how it can be detrimental in your life, it can be true, and yet it can also sometimes feel heavy and like, what do I really do if I have an ego but I shouldn't have an ego? So this is about reconciling the difference and still being able to be expansive and free. I remember working with one of my first clients, and we were doing more and more work on her becoming free, her becoming more clear in what she wanted, and really lifting up into happiness and confidence. And that engaged some of conversation around the ego. And I remember at one point she was just like, I don't like how people keep putting down this ego thing. Like, the more that I think about my ego, the more that I see that it's there, but then I get afraid of it, and then I'm thinking about it more, and I just don't like having to hate something about me that's in my own head. And I remember at the time being like, that's a really good point. Like, I've read it personally a lot of The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle, which is awesome, and I still totally love it if you're familiar with that type of work, or The Course in Miracles, Marianne Williamson. And at the same time, there's this kind of frustration, because it's like, what do we really do with that? Like, we can't get rid of the ego, we can't not have it. So I want to talk today about what that ego is, and then how to let yourself be free with an ego or not. Okay, so first off, what is an ego? Our ego is that container that we have on this earth of who we really are or think ourselves to be. So it's our identity, and it's kind of our container of the psyche, mind, and even our physical body. It's whatever concepts we have around ourselves. And the ego is also our fear-based mind. So that mind inside that talks to you a lot and that suggests things that ending up, is trying to keep you safe. That's your ego. Okay, so I like to think of the ego as a container. So we have this glass right here, and this ego is like our container. So on one hand, why do we have this, right? Well, the first point I'd like to make is that obviously we have an ego for a reason on planet Earth as spiritual beings in a human experience, because otherwise, we wouldn't, you and me would think we're the same. And if I tried to touch you because I thought it was my own hand, that's going to cause some disruption, right? That's going to cause some anger and some freak out from everyone. I used to teach pre-K, and those little kids would totally just steal each other's toys or touch each other's faces. And the ego is what keeps us with boundaries, which is a great thing, right? On planet Earth. And we're in a contrast world, so it helps us just know that like you are me and I am you, and with those boundaries we can have some clarity, we can have some safety, right? So that's what the ego is. Inherently, is it crap? Not necessarily. Now this is the difference. Okay, so here we are. We have an ego, and then our soul, and who you really are, is the liquid inside. Woo! Okay, you're obviously all the way full, but I don't want to spill it. So we have what's really inside, and that's whatever you'd want to call it, whatever jives your turkey. It's the spirit, it's your soul, it's life itself moving within you, moving you. Okay? So what happens is that if we're in heaven, for example, we might not have this ego. And so what happens with the water? Sometimes I think of like heaven as outer space, and so the water would just like expand and float. But on earth, here, what would happen if there was no container for this spirit or this water? It would just go everywhere. It would take the shape of everything around it. And so we wouldn't be able to really experience physical life in the same way, dealing with other people who are separate, okay, but still connected, if we didn't have a container. So that's the role that the ego plays in your life, okay? So you might be thinking, well, why is that so bad, right? The ego is our container, right? It's keeping us safe, it's keeping us with boundaries, it's helping us distinguish you are you and I am me. So here's where it gets a little confusing, is when we think that we are our ego, that's when we have some problems. One, because it's just not true. You already are whole and complete exactly as you are right now, because you are this water inside. You're that spirit living a life through your body and through your mind. Now again, the ego is that psyche that talks to you through your thoughts, right? And so if we don't allow ourselves to see that we're more than our ego and that it's just the container, it's not what's inside, if we forget that, when you have negative thoughts or you have really powerful emotions, you let yourself get wrapped up in the story. Okay, so for example, say you're on a date and you come home and the date didn't go very well. And so what might you be thinking about? Or for example, I don't know, apply whatever you want in terms of like a job that's crappy and you come home. What might you be thinking about it? Any of these things. Maybe you get a bad health diagnosis. Oh shoot. What are you going to be talking about within your head, right? Any of these examples. You come home, it's night, you close the door and you're alone. Now all of these thoughts might be running through your head of like, what am I going to do? Oh my God, I'm not worthy. I'm not good at this. I'm not enough. I'm scared, I don't know what to do. You suck. You're a stupid piece of crap. Like, however it is so strong in your mind, right? Say you come off of that date and it's a bad date. What's wrong with me? I'm never gonna be loved. All of these thoughts. Even some more that are awfuler than that. But so that's our ego, because it's our ego thinking, and we aren't our thoughts. We aren't our thoughts. We aren't the container. In fact, we're not even just the spirit inside, we're all that is outside as well, because we're the awareness that holds it all. We know that because if you have these thoughts, you're not your thinking, because you can hear it. Just like you can hear me right now, I'm not part of you. You can hear it because you're separate. And so if we believe that we are our thinking and forget that you actually are more than that, we get bunched up in the story and then feel like crap. So wherever you are maybe doing in that life, where are you doing that in your life? What those thoughts, and when we don't have that distinction, definitely causes self-doubt and definitely causes us to think we're not worthy of what we really want to do, we can't do what we really want to do, and definitely doesn't spur a lot of confidence in ourselves. It's when we believe that and when we forget that we are more than just the container. So I want to just leave you with three that's 6. 3 ways to really remember that you are not your ego and allow yourself to still have peace, and then from that, get the confidence to be who you are. whole and complete. So the number one is just to remember that you are really greater than all of your thoughts, your mind, your emotion, and even your body, okay? So I remember I had this really funny idea of like if somebody came and in the middle of the night, I really love my blonde hair, right? If somebody in the middle of the night just came and cut my hair and I woke up without any hair, if I identify myself as the hair, I'm going to be so upset about it. I'm going to be totally down about that. But when I can remember that I'm more than that, I'm more than my physical body, then I don't have to get as upset. And I can be confident with short hair or with long hair because I am more than my body. And I'm even more than those thoughts or emotions. When I don't think I'm the sadness, I can let it go and see it just moving through my awareness and then feel better because it's gone away. So remembering we're greater than these beliefs and these thoughts and these feelings and even our physical body, we can then have the confidence to see that and connect more to this bigger, broader, expansive reality that is already here right now, ready for you to feel free, loved, and accepted exactly as you are. So that's number one. Number two is that you are not your thinking. This is so exciting because when you realize this, you can be free. You can be free to accept whatever is moving through your head, but knowing it's not who you are. You know it's not who you are. So no matter what happens and whatever thoughts start coming through your head, you are in control because you can disattach, okay? I remember one story is that after stopping teaching and getting really into this personal development and spiritual awareness, I started to acknowledge this fact that we are not our thinking. And at one point I was ready to do work and I was ready to do this new project and it felt like it took me forever to get started. And so I remember I was carrying my lunch, gonna go work outside, and this thought came in that was just like, you are so stupid. I can't believe you took so long to get started. You are so behind. And in the past, I would have thought, ew, right? Because I would have thought that was me talking. And I would have thought that was like an authority that was right. But in that moment, I came back to first disassociating and then actually protecting myself and holding and talking back a little bit. So this came from my pre-K experience of what the pre-K teacher would tell to the little students when they would just act out like that. And so what I decided to use was those same words towards my ego. And it was like, oh no, we don't talk to ourselves like that anymore. And then I just went outside. And it was so funny because I, the aware spirit, if you will, that I am, watched what happened. And did my ego go crazy? Did the thinking keep going? It actually didn't. It kind of just was stunned, if you will, and stopped talking. So by remembering that I wasn't that voice that said, you're stupid, I can't believe it, you're so far behind, I was able to talk back to it, but also see that it didn't have to affect me in a negative way. No, we don't talk to ourselves like that anymore. Thank you for sharing. No. And it went away. So remembering we're not our thinking. And number three, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. You can find inner clarity, confidence, and your truest self through inner peace. And the reason I share this is that a lot of the times the thinking that goes on in our head is that we have to do more, we have to achieve more, we have to go out and get what we want. But that all comes from a lack mentality, and it comes from a vision of separation that we don't already have what we need, and so we need to go out and get it, right? But that's just not the case. The truth is that you are already complete exactly as you are right now. You already have everything you need. All of the freedom, all of the love, all of the confidence, all of that joy, all of that connection, all of the passion that you might think you don't have within is actually already within you now. It's already available for you right now. How cool is that? It's not a process of addition. It's a process of subtraction. Getting out the layers of dirt and gunk through your beliefs, through your thinking, whatever it may be, that is keeping you away from seeing this brilliance that you already are, and from seeing that light and letting it shine out, to seeing your connection to your God, to God, whatever that is for you. this all awareness, all loving part. So through remembering that we don't have to go get more, and seeing that we're already whole and complete, we can stop trying so hard and actually just allow ourselves to be our true selves, connect to this space, connect to this quiet, connect to this awareness, to actually then allow our true selves to start leading the way, to hear our own voices and to hear the voice of your intuition or your spirit moving through you, giving you the way. Through that upliftment, you can go out and do what you truly want and have the clarity to know what that is. And so that's my video today. I hope you enjoy it. Again, this is how you can have confidence and remember who you are. Not seeing what the ego is, but not identifying with it and knowing you are more than that. And so if you feel in your own life that, you are having a hard time, maybe shedding those negative thoughts that are keeping you stuck. If you don't have the clarity within your own life to know your true brilliance or know what you really want or even have the bravery to go out and do it in a meaningful way in the world, then I want you to click the link below to have a free consultation with me. It's a purpose clarity call, and it's where we spend an hour together just focusing on you and what is in the way, what beliefs are in the way, what blocks are in the way, and what do you really want? This is about connecting to your truth, really uncovering what that is for you, and coming out with a step-by-step plan on how to really go out and do it in the world, whatever it is for you. So this is an absolutely free call with me as a coach, and I'm honored to be able to offer it to you so that you can go out and do meaningful work, meaningful passion, living out your dream in the world. So please do click the link below. I want you to do that. I want you to take advantage of that, and so you can really start being brave and doing what you want, knowing who you are, and really having the enthusiasm and passion and love of yourself and for others to go out and do it in the world. So have a great day today. Awesome talking, and see you soon.